Alright, so I did want to show off the bottom of the desk a little bit. You'll notice I didn't finish the desk or the bottom at all. I didn't put paint on it or anything because it's not going to be noticed, not going to be seen. I did put the filters on all the inlets for the fans, or the different things that have fans. So that keeps the dust out, minimizes that, which is really nice. These actually worked out fairly decently. And a thing that I would do differently next time is I would drill my holes using one of these as a guide, because these actually match up perfectly to where your fan hole, or the holes on the shroud are. I also wanted to show that these corner braces are what I use to attach the rails to the actual top of, or the actual desk itself. So I've got 6 of these, one each of these spots, one up there, one there, one there, and one there. So that pretty much holds the desk up there nice and sturdy. And yeah, everything's looking pretty good, working pretty well. The next up, I'll just show you guys the inside of the desk a bit before we finish up. So I've been doing some benchmarkings of my desk after having everything together and cable managed, and it's actually pretty surprising. So you can see up here that well, see if I can zoom in a little bit more. So we've been running the Furmark highest settings here for about an hour and 8 minutes. Frames per second are pretty decent, 50-ish. And the maximum temperature that I've gotten so far is 67. And that's actually really good. The fans have not gone up from 38, so to have this going that well is pretty awesome. And I would say that the heat that's coming up, 67, is actually more due to the room being the room's warming up a lot because it's later in the day now. And I've just had this running for an hour, so and it's actually bouncing back and forth between 66 and 67, so it's actually really good. So far everything's benching out pretty well. Alright, so the benchmarking continues. We're going to do Intel burn test, and we're going to look at the cores. So right now the core in the package, they're staying around 30, they're around 35. You get your typical spikes in there, 35, 36 Celsius. And just as a reference point, the room itself is around, we'll say about 27 degrees is about where I'm at for ambient. So 27 degrees minus the 35 is about an 8-degree delta, so that's actually really good. An 8-degree delta at idles, perfectly good, perfectly acceptable. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off the burn test. I'm doing on very high settings here. It's just Intel burn test because I'm not trying to do any of the crazy synthetic stuff, but this is a nice test that I've prefer to use. So we'll start that up, and we'll make sure that we're using, so we are using 100% of our cores. Yep, about 100%. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so here the fans spin up a little bit, and our temperatures are up to about 70. See, our hottest one is going to run up. Also keep in mind the fans are set for quiet. It doesn't seem that way. It's how loud as they are, but everything is they're not that loud, to be honest, but yeah, they are set for a quieter setting. But looks like our highest temp is about 76, and maintaining that. So you know, they're not gonna, the processor won't throttle until about 100 Celsius. So it's actually a pretty good indicator that this is working real well. My system is not getting, you know, it's 24 degrees below where it needs to be, and as soon as the test stops, you can see the cores, the heat just goes away. So during normal use, I wouldn't expect the processor to get much hotter than about maybe 50 to 60 Celsius. And again, it's a fairly hot day, you know, the room itself being about 28. So yeah, pretty good. Everything's checking out. And also keep in mind that's with a speed of 4.9 gigs for the overclock that I'm using. So we're looking pretty good. And next thing will just be showing off the desk. Alright, so before I do the final overview video, I am using a shoebox as a prop to keep the door up, because I haven't decided how I want to prop everything up yet, or how I want to keep the door up when I'm, you know, looking inside for whatever reason. But this is just a quick show of some of the extra cable management that I've done. So as you can see, it's a lot cleaner looking now. You know, those wires that are red, white, or red, yellow, and black are not necessarily, you know, anything I can really do anything about. They just are what they are. And unless I bought a bunch of cable extensions, they're, you know, it's what they're going to be. But since I'm not really showing off the inside that much right now, I don't care if they're not color coordinated. The important thing is that everything's down out of the way, and everything's got a nice, neat, clean appearance to it. Also, I got most of the bubbles out. Still got a pretty large bubble in there on my reservoir, which, you know, over time I'll continue to get all the bubbles out, but will probably take weeks to a month to really get every single bit of air out. But as it is, running real well. One thing I did add is I did do some wiring additionally to the front panel header, and that allowed me to put on a custom button here on the front. So I've got that wired into a button which, you know, looks like that. So yeah, that's how it is. So when it's on, the green light's on. When it's off, then the green light's off. Otherwise, it's just a regular old button. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this. And next video will be the full overview of the case, as well as some nice glamour shots and probably a speed up of the entire build process. Okay, so here she is, the finished product. The camera's having a real hard time focusing for some reason, but as you can see, the desk is up, it works. It's running my windows here, and I've got all my stuff off to the side because I didn't want to have anything really cluttering it up. Just wanted to show the desk as it is. It's pretty sweet. I actually added in a hook for my my Vive headset, but this is real nice. It's good and shiny. My mouse actually works fantastically on top of it. I didn't really expect that, but I don't have to use a mouse pad even. It works real smooth. And then of course on the inside we have all the bits and pieces that you would expect. I got about all the air out of my reservoir finally, and yeah, it's pretty tight. So all I do is lift that up if I wanted to get into it, and which I really don't have to at all. So yeah, that's the desk in all her glory. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. I'm going to actually do a time-lapse video separately, which is just going to show off all the different things that went into building the actual desk itself and putting a lot of the components in. But yeah, this was really fun. I enjoyed doing it, and I hope you all enjoyed watching it. If you liked this, please like, subscribe. It supports me so I can keep making this kind of stuff. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one.